welcome back to my channel. Thank y'all so much for being here. I really appreciate it as always. Today we're going to be reviewing the Modelones Fashion Nail Color Set. This is the UV LED Soak Off Gel Nail Polishes, and this is their 18-piece set. Found this off of Amazon. I bought it with my own money for $29.95, and they have several different varieties. So they have, like, I want to say 3 or 4 different color selections. This is the one that I picked up. This is the fashion one, and it has really pretty colors in it. Very muted, very fall winter shades, and I just love the color schemes. Very pretty muted mauve shades, and then on the bottom here it has variations of gray with a couple of pops of color. So they have these really pretty like green, and then this really like teal color, almost like a greenish teal, and this baby blue color that is absolutely gorgeous. I've worn several of these shades already. I've worn these 2 shades in videos. I've worn this really pretty baby blue. I've worn this red color right here, which is a very interesting, not really a berry red, but it's almost like a cross between a brick red and a berry red. Very interesting color. And then for this video, I'm trying most of the rest of these colors for y'all. So as you can see, this is an 18-piece set. They have 8 different colors on the bottom, and then 8 colors on the top, as well as a base coat and a top coat. And this is the soak off variety, so you have to use 100% acetone and soak your nails for a little bit to get these off. Really and truly, I never have to do that. I always just pick my nails off after about 8 or 10 days because I'm usually ready for a different color, and it's not really an issue. But sometimes I do, if I want to change my color after like 3 or 4 days, I'll have to soak them in acetone. So you're going to want to kind of use the emery board just to scuff them up a little bit and then soak them in acetone for about 10-15 minutes, or you can use the little clips or whatever with a cotton ball, and that softens them up, so then you can like scrape them off. But that's how I usually get mine off, is just picking them off. For this nail kit to cure properly, you're going to have a UV lamp, and I just purchased this one off of Amazon several months ago whenever I did the last gel nail polish review of the Lavender Violets. But this one is going to require additional cure time. So if you have a UV lamp, it's 2 minutes cure time, and then if you have an LED lamp, I think it's 60 seconds or 30 seconds. So that's just something to remember if you are in the market for a lamp. Probably go with an LED lamp because it's going to save you a lot of time. And I don't know if y'all remember, but I did a very similar review on the Lavender Violets kit. This is the 20-piece kit. It comes with a base coat and a top coat. If you haven't seen that video, I'm going to link it right up here somewhere. But as far as quality and wear time, the Modelones kit is very similar, apart from one color. So with all that being said, let's get into the review. So I've already prepped my fingernails, and what I did was I just went around with some fingernail clippers, and I just clipped any kind of dead skin or hangnails that I had around each fingernail. Anything that the polish will stick to that's not on your natural nail, you want to remove. So I went ahead and did that, and then I also went in with a cotton ball, and I used the 100% acetone. This is by the brand Onyx. This is very cheap. You can get this at Walmart, you can get this at CVS, you can get this in most places. And what this will do is will make sure that any excess oil is removed from your fingernail. So I went ahead and did this already, and now we're going to get into the polish. So the directions for the Modelones polish is you want to make sure that you have a clean nail. So we've already done that. And then we're going to apply a thin layer of the base coat, and we're going to cure it for 2 minutes. This is for the UV light. If you have an LED light, then you can cure it for 30 seconds. And then for every additional coat, you're going to want to cure it for 2 minutes. So base coat 2 minutes, then the color 2 minutes, then second coat 2 minutes, and then top coat 2 minutes. So this is what the Modelones base coat looks like. And what I've learned from using UV polishes and such like that, gel polishes, is that you always want to go with a nice thin coat. The thicker you get, the more goopy it's going to get, the harder and longer it takes to cure. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and put a very thin base coat on this hand, and then cure it for 2 minutes. All right, now we're going to cure. Okay, so the 60 seconds is done. I'm going to go in with another 60 seconds. So these are the 5 colors that I'm going to go in with. I'm going to go in with this color, Mirandy Gray, Dancing Cinderella, Taro Milk, Chocolate, and Afternoon Tea. I think these are good kind of fall winter shades, and it's colors that I've actually wanted to try for a long time. I'm not sure if I've tried this one. I think it's kind of a lavender shade, but I'm not sure, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it anyway. And the first one that I'm going to go in with is Afternoon Tea. So I'm just going to give it a gentle shake just to mix it up a bit. Next color I'm going in is Mirandy Gray, Dancing Cinderella, Taro Milk, and then finally Chocolate. And then we're going to cure it for another 2 minutes. So right off the bat, my first impression with each color, the Afternoon Tea is a very rich, very nice looking gray. It is a gorgeous color. It is not 100% opaque, so it's going to require a second coat. Same goes for Mirandy Gray, Dancing Cinderella, Taro Milk, and Chocolate. However, I do find that Taro Milk and Chocolate are the two most opaque colors out of the bunch, and they are really nice colors. These are just very nice colors, I have to say. This is probably the least opaque of the bunch. This is Dancing Cinderella, and this is going to require maybe an even third coat. So we'll see once we get the second coat on there and then assess the situation. All right, this is what the second coat looks like. I'm going to go ahead and cure it for 2 minutes. So now I'm going to go in with the top coat. This is what it looks like, and it's just a clear top coat that's going to ensure it has a really long lasting time. I'm going to apply a nice thin layer on each fingernail, and then I'm going to cure it again for 2 minutes. This is what the colors look like. They're 100% done, 100% dry and cured, and I just love the way they turned out. I think my 3 favorites is this shade right here, and this one here, and that one there. I just love this really pretty lilac color. I think it's one of my favorites of the bunch on this hand. So next up, we're gonna choose 5 more different colors and do my right hand. So this is the 5 colors I'm going to put on my right hand, and I just love how muted they are. This screams fall to me. It is just so pretty. It's a very nice palette. So I'm going to start with this one. This is called First Love. This one is called Classical. This is Lavishly Loved. Pretty Girl is this one, and then the last one is Peony. But first, before I apply these, I need to apply the base coat. So that's what I'm going to do right now. Okay, I got my base coat done. This is what it looks like. I got a little bit messy with it on this finger and on my pinky finger, but it is what it is at this point. So now we're going to go in with the shades. First one, I'm going to take Peony, and I'm going to put that on my thumb. But first, like I said before, you got to shake them up. Next is Pretty Girl, followed up by Lavishly Loved. Then we're going to go in with Classical. And then finally, we're going to go in with First Love. All right, this is what the first coat looks like, and I have to say a couple of these I'm very unimpressed with. I'm going to go through each one finger by finger and let you know. So the first one is the shade Peony, and I actually really like this color. It's a very pretty feminine, kind of a mauve-y pink color. I really like this. It does require a second coat, just like on the left hand, but that is not a big deal. So this is my favorite so far. Next shade is the shade Pretty Girl, and this one is very, very sheer, and I think it's intentionally sheer. There's a trend going on right now. It's called like jelly nails, and this is meant to mimic that. It's a very sheer kind of a pink. It almost reminds me like a watermelon color, but a mauvier watermelon. It's still very pretty, but if I'm going to paint my fingernails, I don't want my nail to show through. So this one I do not like. Next up is Lavishly Loved. And apart from the mess that I made, I really like this color. It is a very pretty kind of a mauvey beige. It's very like skin tone, if you're a fair skin tone, and it is really pretty. It will require 2 coats, as I said before. They all are going to require 2 coats, but this one is just a little bit more on the sheer side compared to this one. The second to last finger is the shade Classical, and I'm not really sure what happened with the curing. I'm not sure if you can see. I'm gonna try to focus in. It kind of crinkled up and bubbled up a little bit, and I really don't like that. The color is okay. It is a kind of a peachy beige, a little bit on the orange side. And the final color, this is First Love. This is a perfect wedding color. Wedding, dance, prom, something like that, where you just want to look really pretty, and it's this gorgeous, really baby pink, but it's super, super soft. Same as the other ones, it's going to require a second coat, but it is really pretty. So now I'm going to go ahead and apply the second coat, get them curing, and then I'll be right back. So now I'm going to go ahead and put on the top coat. I'm going to let it cure for 2 minutes, and I'll be right back to let y'all know my final thoughts on my right hand. Alright, this is all 5 fingers done, and I definitely have a couple of favorites in here. For one, the shade Peony. It is so, so beautiful. I just love this shade. It's just a very all year round color. It's just gorgeous. It is, I would say, 100% opaque with the second coat, and it has dried down to a perfectly glossy finish. I love this color. Favorite of the bunch. On my index finger, I have the shade Pretty Girl, and it's actually kind of grown on me. I wasn't really crazy at first because it's not 100% opaque. That's how it's designed. But whenever I look at it more, it just kind of looks really juicy. It reminds me of that Ciate lip gloss that they're promoting right now, Watermelon Pop Crush something or other. You probably know what I'm talking about if you follow them on Instagram. But yeah, it's kind of grown on me. If you're not crazy about the like the clear jelly polish right now, I would probably avoid this color. But the next shade is Lavishly Loved, and this color is gorgeous. It's really, really pretty. I think it would be gorgeous on all skin tones. No matter if you're dark skin tone or light skin tone, it's a really pretty wedding color, a nice dance color. And if you are crazy about like really pretty pinky beiges, this is a good one. 100% opaque with second coat, and yeah, very nice. As I said before, the shade Classical is not my favorite. I'm just not really keen on those peachy kind of oranges. Even though it's muted and a little demure, it's just not my favorite. It reminds me of a MAC lipstick back in the day that everybody used to use. And then finally on my pinky finger, I have the shade First Love, and I have to say this is probably my second favorite of the bunch. It's just a very pretty, like, muted pinky color. It's very wedding appropriate, very dance appropriate, everyday work appropriate, and I just love this shade. I will say that it is very similar to Lavishly Loved. So this is Lavishly Loved on my birdie finger here. So if you compare the two together, this one is just a little bit more on the gray side than the pinky finger, but I think they both have their place. They're just like a step down from one another, and I think it's very, very pretty. Out of all 10 shades that I applied on my hand, my least favorite in texture and application was the shade Classical. That's this one right here. It just kind of cured a little funny and a little wonky at first. Once I put on the second coat and then cured it and put the top coat on, it was fine. So you really can't tell that anything was wrong with it, apart from a little bit on the side right there. But overall, it's just not my favorite. It's not my favorite color, it's not my favorite texture, and it cured funky. So yeah, this one is a no-go for me. So overall, I have really enjoyed trying out this nail polish kit. It is very, very pretty. The colors I just adore. They are just so muted and so interesting, and it's colors that you just don't see every day, and that's something I really appreciate. Another thing that I like so much about this kit that the Lavender Violets kit doesn't offer is that every shade in here has a nail polish color. So if y'all are interested in a nail polish color that I have that I'm wearing, I could just put it down in the description box and you know exactly what color it is. Whereas whenever I wear this one and I put it in the description box, I'm like, oh, I'm wearing the gray. but you know, like which one, or I'm wearing the red, which one? So you just never know. And this one, it has specific shade names. So, I mean, it's minuscule, it's not really that important, but to me it kind of is. The only nitpick that I have about this kit is this one color. And as y'all saw in my try on, this one was just kind of the bane of my existence. It didn't cure right. It was just kind of weird. After the second coat and then the top coat, it did absolutely fine. So, I mean, I can't really complain about it that much, but as a consumer and somebody who watches YouTube videos just like you, I would want to know if somebody has an issue about a specific color. I would want to know about it. So, because that gives you the leverage to say whether I want it, whether I don't want it, whether it's worth it to me, because that color might be the reason why you want to buy it. So, one thing that I cannot deny about this nail polish kit is the value for the money. So you're getting 16 nail polishes for a little over $1 a piece. And if you were going to buy those individually, you're talking like $5, $10, sometimes $15 a piece. So whenever you get the kits, you're getting so much more value for your money. And that is just, that's worth it in my opinion. If you like gel nail polishes, if you don't like gel nail polishes, then it's not going to be worth it. But if you enjoy gel nail polishes, if you like the longevity of them, and if, you know, if it's worth it to you, then these are definitely worth it. Alright guys, that's going to do it for this Modelones UV nail polish kit review. I hope y'all found it helpful and enjoyable. If you did, please give it a like and a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, my next video is going to be a huge Walmart fall plus size clothing haul. So make sure y'all are subscribed and y'all have the notification bell set to on. That way you know exactly when it goes live. Once again, thank y'all so much for watching. I hope y'all are having a fantastic day no matter where you are in the world. And I'll be seeing y'all very, very soon. Bye.